What's up, people? This is Matt from Streetlight Christian Project, and we're here at 88.5 Current FM, about to start our show. We've got an hour show today, and I'm going to give you 10 minutes of some intense conversation. I don't know what we're going to talk about today, but you will definitely get to see where it goes. We're listening to Machines Gone Mad by Duke White. Coming soon, Jesus. The show is called Duke White and the Gang. If you're not in Virginia Beach, go to currentfm.com. She's hot. You know why? That's why.
This is Positive Hit Radio for all of Hampton Roads. 88.5 FM, 97.9 FM, W250 AE, 103.7 FM, W279 AD, and 103.9 FM, W280 CX. WJLZ, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Chesapeake, Portsmouth, Suffolk, and all of Hampton Roads. Positive Hit Radio.
Positive Hit Radio.
FM.
Current FM. Positive Hit Radio. Current FM. Duke and Gang. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
Cheers!
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Cheerio.
Cheerio.
I'm afraid we're going to offend somebody.
Yes, because there's someone that actually talks like
Right.
We sound like a bunch of black guys trying to talk like them.
They're like, that's not cute.
That's not cute at all. But you know what is cute?
What is cute?
Me.
Oh!
Oh!
Ow!
Oh!
Oh my goodness.
It's so true.
Bald is the new sex in 2015.
All right, sexy. All right, so how'd you guys New Year's go? You guys?
Oh man, you know what? We kicked it off with a home
He got
party.
an SCP hat.
Yo, SCP for real, in the neon yellow, which is like my signature color. Anywho, we chilled.
He was born.
He
was born.
I was born neon yellow.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And you know, it's just it's a light skin thing. But anyways, we kicked it at home hard, man. Threw a huge party. It was me, my mom, my son, and my wife, and you know what I mean?
Right.
And we just kicked it at home, watched TV, sipped on coffee, and played Yahtzee.
Katie, is he annoying during the holidays?
No.
Why?
Because I'm
Why you say that?
Because I want to know if he tries to sneak and look at presents and
That's
stuff.
me.
Nah, that's her.
Oh my gosh,
Dude, she is awful.
dude! I thought I got it
I'm the
all
worst.
twisted.
Yes, you
I'm
did.
the worst.
She's the worst with presents. She
She's
can't.
so strict with it.
She can't shop until Christmas Eve, or she'll want to give you the present on
I'm so disappointed.
the 13th of December.
All right, so
What's up?
I got a situation on my hands.
Uh-oh.
All right, like I'm trying to figure this thing out.
Uh-oh. Let's
About
go.
so there was a kid that came to the studio with us. We were working on some music, and this kid that came to the studio with us.
Okay.
And the kid is awesome.
Awesome.
He plays the drums. He's awesome.
Cool.
Then the producer says, "Okay, well, we can't use any of those tracks because you need to be on the metronome,
Okay.
so that you can keep the beat."
Beat right.
Well, then the kid struggles.
You okay? On the
And
metronome.
On the metronome, he can play on his
On his own rhythm. Okay.
But with the metronome, he struggled.
Okay.
And I started getting downloads. Boom, 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 boom. Snap my fingers as if you can see me. This is radio. You're listening.
Right,
I'm
right,
sorry.
right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
But I'm getting downloads like, this is what we look like. We can do what we need to do, what we want to do,
Right.
when we want to do
Right,
it,
and how we want
to do
Right.
it. But there is when structure shows up,
We start fumbling.
yes. And he said it felt like he was being controlled. And I said, I know exactly how you feel.
Uh-huh.
Because that's how I felt when I got the concordance. See, I didn't like the concordance.
Okay.
Because I'm used to being able to look at scripture and then I know what that word is. You're not going to tell me I don't know what that word is. You're not going to tell me. The concordance is saying, nope, it means this.
Well, because it makes you question everything. And people hate questioning everything, especially when you feel like you good in it. Like the Bible.
I'm good.
Like, yo, I'm straight. I know what wait mean. I know what minister mean. You know what I mean? Like, this is simple, easy words. Like, I'm not stupid.
Now I gotta go back and learn Hebrew.
Right. Now I gotta learn Hebrew. I gotta learn what? Like, excuse me? Like, you expect me?
And it's structure does that to people.
Yeah.
It makes them, like, you start feeling control, which really is a sign of how out of control you actually are.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, that's messed up.
Because it comes with, like, responsibility.
Yeah.
It's like an added weight. Like, if you have like access to certain
I
things.
can't believe he just said added weight. I was like, yo. I got to the point where I was like, I don't care. It's the holiday season, which I do every year around this time. I'm like, I'm going in.
Right.
Which I do every year, right?
I believe it.
And so then I'm like looking at the added weight, right?
We all do.
Well, I know.
Right.
But here's the thing. I was like, so I'm eating. I was like, you know the difference is? So I'm talking with food in my mouth. I'm like, you know the difference between healthy people and unhealthy people?
What's that?
And they were like, then my cousin was like, what? I was just like, they healthy. Now think about what that really means. They're healthy.
Okay.
Like they're going in a complete different direction,
right?
Than unhealthy people.
Right.
Like they will say, "I'm only going to eat this, this, and this, and this."
Right. Well, yeah, that all that means is that their mentality.
Right.
That's all it means.
So I'm laughing because I'm like, like realistically, it is an added weight.
Right.
When you said that, because it literally does add weight. Whatever you refuse to do, whatever you don't want to do in life, it becomes an added weight to anchor you down from success.
Yeah.
From your destiny, from your goal, from your purpose or whatever. It anchors you down.
It really does.
That's some crazy stuff, man. But you know what's funny about it is what is it that causes people to be afraid of structure?
Yo, can I speak real quick? I made a video the other day, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm in this fitness thing, you know what I mean? And this motivational thing, you know what I mean? I'm just kidding.
Don't sound good. I'm with you, son.
I'm there. You know what I mean? You smelling when I'm stepping in? You know what I mean? But, so I made a video on New Year's resolutions, right? And I came from a fitness experience, perspective, because I'm always talking about the comparison between spiritual and physical. And as I'm speaking on the video, I put this on Facebook, as I'm speaking, the revelation comes to me about being born again. The Bible talks about us being born in sin and shaped in iniquity. So we're born with this like self-destructive chip planted inside of us.
Right.
And so, we're all born with that, that possibility. I said that, that propensity to sin, to do any kind of sin, right? So when it comes to eating right, the first thing when it comes to a lifestyle change is being born again. See, so it's like when we're born naturally, we're born with the flesh in a superior state over the spirit, right? So Jesus requires us to be born again of the spirit. So now we switch the roles of seniority. We switch the dominant role to now the flesh is subject to the spirit. The same thing with eating right and all that. The healthy mindset, being born again, literally having your mind transformed is the only way for everything else to fall into place. But why we do that? Your question is because we're born with a self-destructive state. It doesn't matter whether it's spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, whether it's in relationships. We're born with that. It's not until we become transformed by our mind that we break that chain. It's not going away unless you do it.
Yeah, and I don't believe it's ever going to. First of all, I think we're all infected.
I know we're all infected.
We're born into yes.
Right.
Okay. So this rebellious thing,
yes, sir,
is deadly serious.
That's why so many people are overweight.
Yeah.
They're born with that, Jank.
No, and so many people are in poverty, and so many people depressed.
Exactly. Yep.
It just doesn't stop.
Addictions, all that.
So the fact is that if we can't, we have to defeat. You know what it says? The gifts of the Spirit is self-control.
Yeah. That's one of them.
That just preached to me.
Yo, straight up.
That was the one right there.
Amen.
That was the word right there.
Amen.
The gift of the Spirit is self-control. It's a gift because we naturally don't have it.
And that's the thing is that these gifts. Right. Speak it. You know what I mean? This is where you put your hand on your chest and say, "I have self-control." Yeah, buddy.
You guys are here?
I'm loving this.
Oh,
Duke just had a breakthrough, bro.
You guys actually got to see it.
Yo, it's awesome.
You guys, it gets better. You gotta keep
door's
talking.
still open.
Yeah, you gotta keep talking.
No. But oh man, that's cool. See, maybe trying to make me lose my.
Dude, I can't believe you guys were here to witness this. Oh, you guys are.
Nah, seriously, I want you to know the light started flickering.
And
the computer shut off and came back on.
And we stayed on the air too the whole time.
And that's beautiful. That is so.
Yeah. And it only happens when like some real powerful word is being. Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
This is where you put your hand on your chest and say, "I have self-control," because it's the thing is that how God is seen in our lives is when we display a love that is supernatural. We display a self-control that is supernatural. We display patience that's supernatural. That's how people see God in us. And
and you're filming.
Oh, straight. This is going on YouTube. Yeah, everybody on YouTube is gonna see.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Supernatural happenings. But look, it's through our supernatural acts of the Spirit that people see God. So yeah.
Now I do have a question for you guys because like with the new baby coming, obviously as parents with one kid, technically everything is about your kid. Now the story's about to change, and Zai's already got some of his ways set up and things like that, and that now, because the situation has changed, you guys got to go into his reality and adjust some stuff about sharing, giving. No, that's yours. Now, do you think that's going to be an issue?
Sharing? No, because he's having a sister. He's not going to be an only child like I was. I was a brat because I was the only child. But, we put him in like daycare. You know what I mean? And this man just finds a corner and falls asleep. You know what I mean? He's really a grown man. You know what I mean? He's an old spirit, straight up. I ain't going to lie to you. You know what I mean? We came back and...
They're like, oh, he just woke up from a nap.
Right.
He what?
Right.
He just goes into he's such a prophet. Prophets do not like people.
Right, and there's mad people there. There's all these kids there, big, old, his age, you know what I mean? And my man finds a corner and it's like, yo, dude, I'm gonna take a sleep.
Prophets are always like, people are stupid.
Right, I'm gonna sleep. Like, look at you.
What you were saying though is funny because we were just talking about it, and I said, well, we're raising him different than most people do because we don't feed into like baby stage. So to me, it's like we're raising an adult. He's just little right now.
Right.
And so we're already trying to like instill certain characteristics into him, even though he might not quite understand it now.
Right.
Like it'll click eventually. So, but we were talking, I think, to his mom, and I was like, a lot of parents let their kids run them in their life. And that's where you go wrong. Yep. Like, we're the parents. So if we're going to dinner, you're going to put on your shoes and you're going to come with us and you're going to act right and know how to act. And I think a lot of times parents feed into, oh, it's just a baby, he's a kid. Like, no, I'm the parent and he's the child, so he needs to do this.
And it's been proven that mentality,
yeah.
You know what I mean? That works.
Because I know that, first of all, whatever you don't deal with as a child, you deal with as an adult. Ooh. And like you guys actually have the opportunity now to not let them be dysfunctional adults.
Right.
Just like dysfunctional. The thing about a dysfunctional adult, one, the whole structure thing. They can't stand structure because they never had it.
Right.
Exactly.
Then their ability to have successful relationships is like shot because, everybody's weird. But when you're weird and dysfunctional, you know what I mean? It's like now, okay, and the problem is, there's this song where it's like, I can't remember how it goes, but the one line that I remember is like, only stupid people are breeding, and the reason why you were saying that is because it's like, there's so many dysfunctional people out here, right? Yeah. There's so many dysfunctional people out here, it's like, when you don't like structure, you're like, well then, let's just make babies. And you know what I mean? When I realized something, marriage is something that is it's a structure, check that out.
Okay.
It's actually a structure for mature people to raise their children in a mature way, in a healthy way.
Right.
And when you look at the results of why, that's the real reason why God would tell people, don't mate with those group of people. Don't be, the heathens are like this, the heathens are like, God was like, don't mix with people who have bad culture, not skin color. He was like, don't, you see what I'm saying? He was like, stay away from people that have bad culture. Because God does not share his culture with anybody.
Right. Check their foundation.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's why we ended up with so many dysfunctional families because, I did it. I did it myself. I was in a dysfunctional family.
Right.
I didn't check to see what this family was like and things like that. And so I ended up in a bad situation. Yeah. So the reality is that if you want better, this is why God told Abraham to leave your father's house. Yeah. Because if you want better, you got to be willing to disconnect.
Yeah, you got to get away from what is comfortable to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to something foreign.
Because usually it's the comfort zone that kills us.
Right. Well, he needed him to be moldable, man. And it's like we can be very set up in the way. Oh, my bad. Hey, yo, it's me. But you can get real comfortable, and it's hard sometimes for God to work with us when we're comfortable because we don't want to take our feet off the table. We just got certain ways set, and so God breaks up the whole normal.
That's just the way I am.
That's just it. That's the way it's always been, and that's not an excuse at all. So really, we're only holding ourselves back in that comfort zone, and really, in order to really be in line with God, you got to constantly be it says, base and abound is what Paul said. Constantly wanting more and constantly being content in the situation you're in. So it's like constantly being out of your comfort zone, but being comfortable outside. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Get comfortable being uncomfortable physically, and that's how God literally takes control, is because spiritually we are comfortable knowing that we're in God's hands, even though we're outside of our physical comfort.
Well, and this is what I found interesting. Is the gospel was able to go forth before with, even though there was always dysfunction, there was always dysfunctional people ever since the fall. The gospel was able to go forth, right? And it was through, word of mouth, because there was no internet, this and that. I find it interesting that there's more people on the planet than ever before, but yet God's got that covered too because of the internet. So it's like nothing is stopping the truth from being put out.
Yep.
We're really down to our ability to receive. That really it makes all the difference in the world. Because it's like, before it was like, there is no preacher around to tell me the truth. But now it's like, dude, there's so many ways to get the gospel.
No, seriously, it is.
But it's funny, because with the gospel, when we start right around when we get to the parts of the stuff that we don't want to see and don't want to acknowledge, that's when we go, but that's religion. This is religion. Yeah, we start making some excuse. And we don't realize that what's actually religious is our own desire for the things that corrupt us. That's what's religious.
Right.
No matter how much truth is being told, we practice foolishness.
Yeah.
That's more religious than anything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, because the word of God brings truth, which brings that structure that we actually rebel from. So the real religion is stupidity. Do you see what I'm saying? The real religion is stupidity, because we practice it religiously. We commit
seriously.
to it. We dedicate. We tithe to it. We give to it. We worship stupidity. I mean, it's,
listen to this, people.
It's crazy. Now, the scriptures does say that there is pleasure in sin.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the problem with Christians. They don't want to admit that stuff. There is pleasure in sin.
Yo, I made a video about this as well too. I was making a video about something. Yo, like me on Facebook, Matthew Gay, just find me. I mean, you'll see these videos, but I did talk about, and it was kind of like a story, like a what if, like what if I, came up to you and told you that I had a disease that did this and did that to me, and I see that in you and you're suffering from it. And really, sin is really just a disease that the worse you get, the better you feel.
Right.
And that's how it hooks people up. And that was really the basis of the video, was that the disease, the more it's capturing, it will take over your mind, it will take over your ability to have relationships, all kinds of stuff, and it will feel like you're just doing things big. It's like the devil creates this cage that is so comfortable for you. So the worse you get, the better you start to feel, and the less you want to get better from it, because you're like, I feel great. What are you talking about? Why do I need Jesus when I feel this good? And it's because you can feel so much better than what you feel now is going to perish. Like,
well, and the other thing is that you can also get to the place where you think that you'll know that you need him, and you'll substitute actually pursuing him for just acknowledging him. Yeah. And you still stay in the same prison. Right, so you'll acknowledge God. You'll be like, oh, God will take care of that. But you won't do anything to invest in your own growth, your own development.
I think of, as you were speaking, I think of people who want to lose weight, and so they take fat loss pills, but they do not work out and they eat like crap. It's not gonna, you have to do the work. The faith without works is dead. And yeah, you can take pills all day, but you're actually going to end up hurting yourself, because the rest isn't happening and you are pumping yourself with chemicals. You know what I mean? The natural, the regular way, the foundation isn't there.
And what's crazy is the signal that you send when you're all messed up and out of shape and busted up to your kids can't take you seriously.
They can't.
You know what I mean? Because even when my daughter walked up to me one day and was just like, Dad, I thought you were losing weight, and I was just like, yeah, I am. What are you talking about? I was like, what are you talking about? She was just like, oh, it just looks like you're getting bigger to me. And I was like, go to your room. Go to your room. No, but
darndest kids.
Here's the thing, is that now it's interesting, because her honesty is there, but the first thing we want to tell kids is like, yo, that's not appropriate. Don't say that, or don't do that. But it's the truth. So we teach our kids to not tell the truth, because dysfunction is dysfunction, people. Yeah. And whatever you try to justify, and look at your kids. Look at your kids and ask yourself, what is dysfunctional about them?
Yeah.
Don't sit there and be like, oh, they're just kids. No, there's dysfunction.
What's the truth?
Yeah, what is the truth about your kid? And then track it down and then be able to say, okay, where did it come from? And you're going to realize that you probably put it there. You probably fill your kid's head up with fears and stuff like that. That no wonder they don't want to try out for the football team or try out for this or that. Or no wonder they're so clingy to you or something like that because you're filling their heads up with fear.
Right. I think a lot of people, they avoid the truth in many situations because they don't feel like wrestling.
Right.
And so, it's, you know, we're told in Scripture that the truth will set us free, and he who is free indeed. But in many cases, in order to get free, even if you think of a natural sense, you say you're tied up with ropes, right? In order to get free, you've got to wrestle, you've got to struggle, you've got to put yourself through a little bit of pressure in order to get untangled. It's the same thing with, you know, any other, you know, physical trap. So I think a lot of people are just worried about, like, even with the situation with the kids, they're like, I now have to go undo some stuff. I've now got to get to work undoing what I've done, you know, untangling their feet that with knots that I've created. So I think a lot of people just, they jump away and they're struggling. They shove it away, the truth away, because they don't feel like wrestling to get things in line with truth.
Who do you think struggles more with structure, guys or girls?
I have no idea. I think
it's
both of them.
situational.
Yeah.
It's situational? I think so too. I think
it's a gender thing at
I
all.
think it's situational because I've seen, because the reputation that girls have is like, oh, you know, like you'll hear them say things like, oh, I need a man, or I need, you know what I mean?
Well, the thing is that if you look at history, they've always been given less freedom.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, is that it seems like girls have had the reputation of, you know, being the wild ones. If you look at, like, okay, say even the woman caught in the act of adultery, that was like a shot at, you know.
Right.
But whereas you know, you don't focus on the men. Like, it's almost like men can get away with everything. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, but it's funny how everything backfires. Yeah. Because I saw this one guy, and he was talking about all the stuff that he did. Right. Whenever, I hope he's not listening. But whenever something goes wrong, because I talked to him about this, so he's probably listening. But I was like, did you notice whenever something goes wrong, you blame your wife? Like, whenever something goes wrong, he was like, no, but for a minute, if she would do this, then I'm like, dude, there's no way possible.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? There's no way possible, because the thing is that when we were in school, he would do stuff and he would blame his girlfriends.
Right.
So I'm like, dude, this is a pattern that you have. We were on the track team. I'm like, dude, this is a pattern that you have.
It is.
And he wanted to make it seem like, you know how women are. You know, you can't tell women nothing. And I was looking at it. Now, when he said it, because I examined everything that said. So when he said it, I was just like, okay, how are the majority of girls towards their dads? And it came up to me that it is absolutely situational. We talked about the fact that you guys are having a little girl, and we already know that there's going to be some clashing going on.
Oh, yeah.
Because
sure.
Katie knows girls.
Right.
And that's okay. You know what I mean? She's like ready for war. She's got her war paint on her face. You know, but Katie knows girls, and that's like her room. Not that you're not a father and you don't know, but it's like, dude, there's stuff that we don't know about girls.
Straight up.
You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna pretend to know either.
Yeah, right. Just don't even waste time trying. Like, you know, like when they come crying, mommy's so mean. Oh, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
You know what
okay.
I mean? You know, like, just go
use that.
Go talk to your mom about it. Like, no, I'm good.
No, I'm chilling.
But
here.
I mean, it's funny that this really is a human thing. It's not a gender thing. It's not a race thing. This really is a human thing. Structure is so critical. The rebellion thing is real. The rebellion thing is scary. Because we will rebel against our own blessings. You know what I mean? Like, the blessings come out of nowhere to save us, bring us out of this, you know, whatever situation we're in, to really make our lives better. And we will be like, but I'm not, I don't want that. I want what I wanted. You know what I mean? Like, I know this piece of cake is going to kill me, but that's what I want. I don't want the broccoli.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, why would I sit down in a restaurant and go buy broccoli?
Right. That's true.
But I will buy the smoky bones. Bless them. Buffalo wings.
The options.
Right.
Right. You know what's funny is, like, every day's a cheat day. I'll be like, so every day somebody will be like, dude, I thought you were trying to lose weight. I'll be like, today's my cheat day. And they go, oh, okay.
No.
Okay, so I do it to so many people. Every day's becoming.
But you're saying a cheat day, which is wrong anyway.
Right,
cheat
it's supposed to be a
day.
cheat meal, not a cheat
Right.
day.
It's a cheat day.
Oh, that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. All right, look, listen, we're gonna play a song. We'll be right back.
Peace out. I know that was a little bit longer,
Now.
but I hope it missed you in some way. We'll see you next time. Peace. Say bye. Hey, check out Situational Christian Projects on Facebook. Give us a like and click that subscribe button below. Peace. Too much fun and coffee. Woo!
We live.
Uh huh.